1959. A grandmother sits at a small kitchen table in Yorkshire. The kettle is still warm. There is a biscuit tin beside her elbow, a pencil worn almost flat, and 3 envelopes with the corners going soft. One says rent, one says coal, one says food. No app, no spreadsheet, no pension calculator, just a woman who knew, down to the penny, what could be spent and what had to stay untouched. She may not have used words like cash flow, emergency fund, or retirement planning, but she understood something many UK pensioners are having to learn all over again. Money lasts longer when it has a job before it leaves your hand. Today we're going back through 12 old-fashioned money rules British grandparents used to live by. Some came from rationing, some came from hard winters, some came from raising a family on one wage and never knowing what the next bill would look like. And the strange thing is, many of these rules still work. Not because life was easier back then, it wasn't, but because they were careful in ways modern life quietly taught us to forget. Number 12, the envelope rule. Before contactless cards, before direct debits, and before banking apps, many families divided money as soon as it came in. The wage packet arrived, the cash went on the table, then it was split. Rent, food, gas, coal, bus fare, a little for church or charity, a little if there was any left for something nice. The trick was simple. Once the food envelope was empty, food spending stopped. Nobody pretended there was more money hiding somewhere. Today, UK pensioners can still use the same rule without paper envelopes. One account for bills, one for food, one for emergency money, one for small pleasures. The old rule was not about being strict for the sake of it. It was about removing the argument before the week began. Your grandparents did not ask, "Can I afford this?" 10 times a day. They asked once, at the kitchen table. Number 11. The pantry rule. A full pantry used to mean more than food. It meant the household could survive a late wage, bad weather, or a week when prices went up at the market. There might be tins of beans, flour, tea, oats, and potatoes stored somewhere cool. Nothing fancy, just enough to avoid panic. Money Helper says a solid emergency cushion is usually 3 to 6 months of essential outgoings in an instant access savings account. That is the modern pantry. Not money for holidays, not money for gifts, not money to lend to someone who never pays back. Emergency money. The boiler breaks, the washing machine gives up. A dental bill appears, a family member needs help getting to hospital. That is when the pantry rule matters. Your grandparents did not store food because they expected disaster every morning. They stored it because peace is cheaper when you buy it early. Number 10, the notebook rule. Many old British homes had a notebook somewhere. It might have lived in a drawer near the telephone. It might have sat next to the biscuit tin. In it were little numbers written in careful handwriting. Milk, bread, butcher, coal, rent, stamps. The notebook did not judge anyone. It simply told the truth. Modern banking shows transactions, yes, but it does not always make you feel them. A card payment disappears too easily. A subscription renews quietly. A small shop becomes £18 and 70 pence and then vanishes into a list of other small things. Writing things down still changes behavior. Try it for 1 week. Every pound that leaves, every card tap, every cash withdrawal, every subscription. Not forever, just 7 days. Most people do not need a lecture. They need a mirror. Number 9. The repair before replace rule. Your grandparents did not throw something away because it looked tired. A coat got a new button, shoes went to the cobbler, a chair was glued, a kettle was cleaned before anyone bought another. This was not romance, it was arithmetic. Replacing everything is expensive. Repairing some things buys time. For UK pensioners living on fixed income, time matters. The full new state pension in 2026 to 2027 is £241.30 a week, according to gov.uk, though not everyone gets the full amount. Your national insurance record can change what you receive. That means every unnecessary replacement has to come from somewhere: a new appliance, a new phone, a new chair, a new coat. Sometimes replacement is right, sometimes repair is wiser. The old rule was simple. Before you buy the new thing, ask what the old thing really needs. Number 8. The Sunday roast rule. In many homes, Sunday dinner was not one meal. It was the beginning of 3. Roast on Sunday, leftovers on Monday, soup or sandwiches on Tuesday. Nothing was wasted because waste had a face. Someone had stood in a queue for it. Someone had carried it home. Someone had cooked it in a hot kitchen while coins were still short. This rule matters again. Food prices, energy bills, and council tax can squeeze pension income hard. Small waste becomes a quiet leak. The old Sunday rule was not only about food, it was about stretching value, a bus pass, a library card, a warm space at the community center, a loyalty discount, a cheaper tariff, a benefit you qualify for but never claimed. Use the whole thing. That was the rule. If something has already been paid for, squeeze every honest bit of value from it. Number 7. The never borrow for pride rule. This one is uncomfortable. Our grandparents borrowed when they had to, but many were deeply wary of borrowing to look comfortable. A new suit for the neighbors, a bigger radio than the house down the road, furniture on terms when the old one still worked. They knew pride could send a bill through the letterbox. Today, the pressure looks different. It comes through phones, adverts, easy credit, family expectations, and the feeling that everyone else is coping better. But debt in retirement is heavy. There is less time to correct it, less income to absorb it, less room for mistakes. This does not mean never borrowing. Life is not that clean. It means asking one honest question before taking on a payment. Am I solving a real problem, or am I buying relief from embarrassment? That question has saved more money than many people want to admit. Number 6, the state pension check rule. Your grandparents checked papers, letters were opened, dates were circled, important documents went into a drawer and stayed there. Today, one of the most valuable things a UK pensioner can check is the state pension forecast or award letter. Gov.uk says your state pension depends on your national insurance record. The full new state pension is £241.30 a week in 2026 to 2027, but your amount may be different. Some people were contracted out before 2016, some have gaps, some may need more qualifying years, and state pension age is changing. Gov.uk says the rise from 66 to 67 affects people born after April 1960. That is not a detail to guess, it is something to check. The old rule was simple. Never leave official money to memory. Find the paper, read the letter, check the date, ask before the mistake becomes expensive.
Number 5. The claim what you're owed rule. Many older people were taught not to ask. Keep quiet, manage, don't make a fuss. That attitude built strong people, but it also left money unclaimed. DWP statistics for the financial year ending 2024 estimated that only 62% of those entitled to pension credit claimed it. Up to 910,000 families who were entitled did not claim. Up to £2.5 billion went unclaimed. That is not loose change. Pension credit can top weekly income up to £238 for a single person or £363.25 for a couple, according to gov.uk. It can also open the door to other help, including council tax reduction, housing benefit if you rent, and a free TV license if you are 75 or over. This is not charity. It is part of the system people paid into, worked around, and planned their lives beside. Your grandparents counted every coin. They would not have left money sitting on the table just because a form looked annoying. Number 4. The winter money rule. British grandparents respected winter. They knew cold weather had a cost long before the first frost came in. Coal was bought early if possible. Blankets were aired. Windows were checked. The good jumper came out. Meals got heavier. The house changed shape around the season. Today, winter still tests pensioners. Heating, damp, higher electricity use, travel costs, prescriptions. A small problem in July can become a real problem by January. The winter money rule is this: do not wait for winter to budget for winter. Put a small amount aside in warmer months if you can. Check energy support. Check pension credit. Check council help. Check whether your supplier has a social tariff or hardship scheme. Not in panic. In August. In September. Before the first cold week catches you tired. Your grandparents did not beat winter by being lucky. They saw it coming.
Number 3, the one bank habit. Old households often had hiding places, a tin for coins, a post office account, a building society book, cash for the week, savings that were not mixed with spending money. The lesson was not to hide money under the mattress. The lesson was separation. If all your money sits in one place, it becomes easy to confuse daily spending with real savings. And if savings earn no interest, inflation slowly eats the value. For pensioners, cash still has a place. Emergency money should be
Keep
easy
your
to
money
reach,
safe.
but long-term money needs
The
thought.
FSCS
Savings
protects
interest,
your
tax
savings,
allowances,
so you can
FSCS
rest easy.
protection, and whether
It
cash
is
is
backed
sitting
by the
idle
government.
will matter. Gov.uk says basic rate taxpayers can usually earn up to £1,000 in savings interest without paying tax on it. Higher rate taxpayers usually get a £500 allowance. That does not mean chase every shiny rate. It means know what your money is doing. The old question still works. Is this money for today, this winter, or later? Number 2. The small leaks sink ships rule. Nobody runs out of money all at once. Not usually, it goes in little places. A subscription nobody watches. A shop visit that always becomes £12 more than planned. A phone contract never reviewed. Insurance that renewed at the wrong price. Food thrown away. A light left on. A paid service that used to be free. Our grandparents watched small leaks because they had to. A penny mattered. Then a shilling. Then a pound. Today the numbers changed, but the leak is the same. Once a month, sit down and look for 5 quiet expenses. Cancel 1, reduce 1, question 1. Keep 2 if they genuinely make life better. That is enough. You do not need to become miserable to become careful. You just need to stop paying for things that no longer serve you.
Number 1. The peace before pleasure rule. This was the rule beneath all the others. Peace first, then pleasure. Bills first, food first, heat first, rent first, savings first, if there was anything to save. Then the small joys. Fish and chips, a day trip, a birthday present, a tin of biscuits for visitors, a new cardigan, a football ticket, a little something from the market, because life cannot be only survival. Our grandparents were not machines. They enjoyed things, but they knew pleasure feels better when the essentials are safe. That is the lesson modern retirement keeps bringing back. The goal is not to hoard every pound. The goal is to make money less frightening. So here is the quiet version of all 12 rules. Give every pound a job. Keep a pantry, even if today that pantry is a savings account. Write things down. Repair what can be repaired. Use what you already paid for. Avoid debt that only protects pride. Check your pension. Claim what you are owed. Prepare for winter early. Separate your money. Stop the small leaks. And put peace before pleasure. Maybe your grandmother never called it financial planning. Maybe your grandfather never said the words retirement strategy. But they knew. They knew that a household survives on habits long before it survives on income. And if you are a UK pensioner today, or you are getting close, these old rules still have something to teach. Not because the past was perfect, it wasn't, but because some wisdom gets old without becoming useless. Before you go, do one small thing. Open one bill. Check one benefit. Write down one expense. Move one small amount into savings if you can. One thing. That is how the old households did it. Not with drama. Just with a pencil, a tin on the table, and the decision that money would not be allowed to disappear without being noticed. Sources used for the facts in this script. gov.uk, New State Pension, /www.gov.uk/pension-credit/what-you'll-get, /income-related-estimates-of-financial-year-ending-2024/income-related-estimates-of-take-up-financial-year-ending 1-2024 //savings/types-of-savings/emergency-savings//types-how-much-is-enough and //gov.uk/apply-tax-free-on-savings. Number 1. The peace before pleasure rule. This was the rule beneath all the others. Peace first, then pleasure. Bills first, food first, heat first, rent first, savings first, if there was anything to save. Then the small joys. Fish and chips, a day trip, a birthday present, a tin of biscuits for visitors, a new cardigan, a football ticket, a little something from the market, because life cannot be only survival. Our grandparents were not machines. They enjoyed things, but they knew pleasure feels better when the essentials are safe. That is the lesson modern retirement keeps bringing back. The goal is not to hoard every pound. The goal is to make money less frightening. So here is the quiet version of all 12 rules. Give every pound a job. Keep a pantry, even if today that pantry is a savings account. Write things down. Repair what can be repaired. Use what you already paid for. Avoid debt that only protects pride. Check your pension. Claim what you are owed. Prepare for winter early. Separate your money. Stop the small leaks. And put peace before pleasure. Maybe your grandmother never called it financial planning. Maybe your grandfather never said the words retirement strategy. But they knew. They knew that a household survives on habits long before it survives on income. And if you are a UK pensioner today, or you are getting close, these old rules still have something to teach. Not because the past was perfect, it wasn't, but because some wisdom gets old without becoming useless. Before you go, do one small thing. Open one bill. Check one benefit. Write down one expense. Move one small amount into savings if you can. One thing. That is how the old households did it. Not with drama. Just with a pencil, a tin on the table, and the decision that money would not be allowed to disappear without being noticed. Sources used for the facts in this script. gov.uk, New State Pension, www.gov.uk/pension-credit/what-you'll-get, www.moneyhelper.org.uk/en/savings/types-of-savings/emergency-savings/how-much-is-enough and //www.gov.uk/apply-tax-free-interest-on-savings.